problem that many people have with chairs is that their feet don't touch the floor. It's imperative that you keep your feet on the floor as you're sitting. Taking your feet up off of the floor when you're sitting is kind of like asking a tree to keep standing if you've taken all of its roots away. For example, if you're sitting right now, go ahead and take your feet up off the floor and notice what happens to you. Oftentimes we immediately start tightening in the fronts of our hips, in our abdominal muscles, as well as stiffening in our neck. All of this puts a lot of tension on the back, which is often the case of why we get tense in the back when we've been sitting for a while.
So if your feet don't touch the floor when you're sitting, the simplest way to resolve this is just place some books underneath your feet like this. So that now your feet can touch the floor.
So let's review the points once more. When looking at a chair for the first time to figure out whether you need to make any modifications to it, first, get eye level with the bottom of the chair to see if there are any low points or whether it tilts back. If it does, take some pillows or a cushion, fill in those low parts. Second, take a look at the length of the seat bottom from front to back. If it's very long and it tends to cause you to be too far back in the chair, you can take a cushion and you can also put that at the back of the chair. Keep in mind that if it's a chair that you use often, you may need to actually tie it to the chair so that it doesn't fall onto the floor. And the last thing is, do your feet touch the ground or not? If it's a chair such as an office chair, you can oftentimes make modifications and lower the chair a little bit. If it is not a chair that can be raised and lowered, you can always take some books, place them on the floor, and have your feet on the books.
We understand that it is not realistic to be carrying around a footstool and a pile of cushions all day. So these modifications can be made to chairs you sit in all day and regularly, such as your car or your office chair. But there's still the question of what to do when you're sitting in other chairs.
There's a simple solution to sitting well in almost any chair without making any modifications to it. And the solution is sit at the front edge of the chair. When you sit toward the front edge of the chair, you're often avoiding falling back into any slants in the chair bottom or dips in the chair bottom because you're a little bit forward of it. Also, you'll notice that when you're sitting on the front edge of your chair, your thigh is suspended over the floor. It's not back onto the seat bottom, which immediately allows your feet to reach the floor if you tend to have your feet not touch the floor. You can't actually pick your feet up off the floor because that'll cause you to fall back toward the back of the chair, so it kind of forces you to keep your feet on the floor. And also, since you don't have to deal with leaning toward the back of the chair, it's much easier to stay balanced over your sit bones. So when you're sitting on the front edge of your chair, it's much easier to keep your sit bones balanced on a more level area of the seat bottom, which allows your torso to stay lengthened up and allows your head to lengthen up nicely on your neck.
So even in the worst of chairs, you can always sit towards the front edge of the chair and be easily balanced and feel comfortable.
So take a look at the chairs that you have, your office chair, your car seat, and see if you can make any of these simple modifications. If you can't make a modification, remember you can always sit toward the front edge of your chair and feel very comfortable that way. We guarantee that if you apply some of these simple steps, you'll be well on your way to sitting better, with less fatigue, and then being able to maximize your energy.
This concludes part 1 of Sitting Secrets. Stay tuned for part 2, How to Sit Well in Any Chair, where we will explain how the manner in which you are sitting affects how you feel, and share tips for improving your awareness and posture as you sit.
Thank you for watching Alexander Technique at Home. If you would like more information about the Alexander Technique, please visit our website, www.millerat.com. And on our website, you can sign up to receive our free report titled 7 Simple Steps for Reducing Tension and Moving Easier.
Thanks so much for watching.